So hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Q Explainer. So guys, in this video I'm going to explain you about security testing. So in this video I'll explain what is security testing and how we do the security testing, and I'll tell that security testing basic point of view on this video. So let's get started. So first thing is that threat landscape. Now this digital era, we have so many things, important things in digital sector, like banking, like some important data and domain, like healthcare system. So many important things we have in digital sector. Now in the digital sector, so many cyber criminals, they are continuously developing viruses, script for attacking purposes. They are creating ransomware for fetching the data. They they create a Trojan virus. So many things they are doing, and uh, so multiple times they will try to hack the system. They will try to penetrate the system. So the threat landscape in this era is evolving, and it will evolve continuously. And so for that, what organizations are doing, they are also creating a robust security framework and robust security solutions to handle those uh, evolving threat landscape. And along with that, we also as a tester, we also need to run the security testing. So how we can check the security testing, that I'll tell later in this video. But before that, why we need to check the security testing, that I will tell. Because nowadays, if we are not doing any security testing or vulnerability testing in our system, then might be in future that some cyber criminals, they will impact that particular system, and it will be do a massive data loss or massive economical or financial loss. So that's why it is a very critical testing, and it is a nowadays it is a essential component of modern software development and infrastructure management. Now, what is the security testing? Let me tell you here. First thing is, security testing main primary objective is to protect the sensitive data, to prevent the unauthorized access, and maintain the functionality and integrity of the system. That is the primary and core objective of security testing. Along with that, it also has vulnerability identification. So this vulnerability identification here, we are actually identifying the weakness or vulnerability in our system, and we are also checking the potential threats that will come in future due to the software application or software infrastructure or network. So these two are actually the main and core component of security testing. So you can say like this way, that security testing, it actually a range of different kind of technique use or methodologies where we are checking the security of our digital system, or we are checking the weaknesses of our system. We're checking the backend APIs, exposure on our system. We are checking that the data prevention on our system or unauthorized access on our system. So this whole bundle or whole package is called security testing. Now, why security testing is very important and it's very crucial, non-negotiable. First thing is protection, guys. It actually acts as shield or to protect the sensitive data, and it helps to prevent the unauthorized access and breach data breaches or attacks. So that's why it is very important. Second thing is compliance. It ensures that all softwares are properly regulated with a proper universal standard, and it helps to identify the standard of that our software, and it in future it will give a proper compliance. Another is reputation. So it actually gives a trust of software owners and customer. So they actually they are binding with trust, so their confidential information will be not breaches, or their security like incident will not occur in future. Another is cost saving. It helps to identify and rectify the security flaws in a QA domain and in early development time. So it will significantly reducing that high cost, or in future if any security breaches will happen, then this portion. Another thing is customer trust. It helps or it assure that user to trust their personal information is safe with that particular that software database or software domain, and their privacy and security Privacy and security is proper for particular that customer. So that's why it is a non-negotiable and it is a very crucial kind of testing. Now, what is the key goals of software testing? First thing is risks assessment. So here we need to identify the risks. We need to identify the security risks. We need to identify the threat vector and that could compromise the system that we need to identify. Second is vulnerability detection. So here we need to detect the vulnerabilities, detect the weakness, and detect the misconfiguration in the application and infrastructure. Third is compliance verification. So here we need to ensure that our application is a proper adhere to regulatory requirement, or it is a properly follow the industrial standard and security based practices or not. And fourth is data protection. It helps to prevent the sensitive data from unauthorized access or disclosure, data disclosure or data modification purposes. And fifth is system reliance. So here we are maintaining the system stability, availability, and reliability even under ad or adverse condition. Now, what is the core methodology in security testing? First thing is vulnerability scanning. So here we have some tool that automated the scan for known weakness on our system, and it will also scan the misconfiguration of software and outdated libraries. So we need to improve that our libraries for softwares and for specification tools and databases. Second thing is penetration testing. This is very important here. So here we are simulating the real world cyber attacks in a proper control domain that is called sandbox, or we can create a separate VM for that. And through that we are trying to exploit the flaws. We are trying to do the security test control, and we are attacking that our application with that real world kind of scenarios, and we are trying to penetrate the system with that unauthorized access. Through that we are getting that system reliability weakness, and we are also like mimic that real world uh, hacking stuff. And third is application security testing. So here we are checking that vulnerabilities that for that we are using SAST, like static application security testing, or DAST, dynamic application security testing, or IAST, in interactive application security testing technique use. So these all are technique use. I'll create a video later. I will explain this technique use, security testing technique use. Fourth is fuzz testing. So here we are actually evolving that invalid and unexpected random data sets or data input, and we are checking that expected and unexpected bugs, and also we are checking that crashes, memory leaks, or security vulnerabilities. Now, what is the shift left approach of security testing? So this testing shift left approach, this is integrated through SDLC. So here security testing teams, they're gathering the requirement through design, development, testing, and deployment and maintenance phases. On the time they are doing that, and the thing they are protecting protective detection. Protective detection, here we are early identification and resolution the vulnerability, reduce remediation cost, and prevent the security issues for propagating. And third is quality improvement. Here we are improve that software quality and security exposure, so we can reduce the cost of associate large stage fixing or large stage validation of after post deployment. The C-plate approach is a fundamentally change how that organization is approaching the security testing by embedding the testing activities or testing technique use in software development lifecycle. Rather than that, they are waiting for to test later approach. Okay, and it is a proactive approach that helps to reduce the cost of catching issues when they are easier to fix. Now, building a resilient digital defense. Now, security testing, it creates a multiple layer protection that all works together, and it will safeguard your digital asset, and it will ensure a comprehensive coverage against the diverse threat vectors. Second thing is beyond basic checks, we have to inject that flaws. We have to do that SQL injection. We have to do that command injection or do that HTML injection. So many injections, JavaScript injection we have to do. So many injection we have to do, and we need to check that these injections are impacting our application or not. And that is broken authentication. We have to check that broken authentication management system. We have to check that credential recovery mechanism. If anything happens or any major attack happens, then how we can do that. And also we are checking the sensitive data exposure like PII data exposure. So this kind of information also we have to gather, and we have to test this. Now, So in a nutshell, we can say it is a continuous testing activity, and it actually improves with the time, it evolves with the time. So that's why it is called adaptive methods. So that testing approach will be updated in future, because that risks also updating. Along with that, we have to update our testing methodologies, and it actually helps application for future investment. So it will protect their digital assets, and it will maintain that system integrity. So that's why security testing is not a one-time event, but rather than it is a continuous event, or it is a continuous life cycle. Every time we have to do the security testing, we have developed new technology, techniques. We have to implement the new technologies. So for that, we can identify that security testing threats, or some injection preventing mechanism, some data leaking mechanism. So those things we can prevent, or we can like improve on our system. And for organization perspective, it actually builds a reliable and a robust security testing framework, so user also can trust, and user also can rely on their system. And it will represent a massive investment saves in future, because in future if something happens, then it's being already being prepared, and it's already being done in security testing, like VM or security testing sandbox, so they can prevent that pause in future. So that's why it is a very important testing mechanism. I hope this video actually helps you to understand the security testing and why that security testing is important. And I try to tell that security testing in a basic point of view. So yeah, if you understand this video, please like this video, subscribe my YouTube channel Q Explainer, and in future I will definitely make that other topic videos also. So thank you guys, thanks for watching this video, and thank you. Bye.